Welcome back to Geek Show Arcade for the end of the year wrap up 2024. This is Geek Show Arcade where we talk about games, video games, and video game related things. This is our time to shine, Jarron. The other guys don't know nothing.
And who doesn't like a good list?
Lando just complained, talk about Balatro.
I love a list.
Everyone likes a good list, and that's what this episode is all about. We have our top 5 with honorable mentions, video game or video game related things for the year of 2024. But before we get to that, let's introduce our panelists. We'll start with the guy who didn't interrupt me this time. Thank you for that, Lando.
Oh, it feels so good. Thanks, Tony. My name's Lando.
All right, moving along, dragging himself across the finish line. It's Owen.
It's me, coming in half-cocked. Come play on my team. You heard it. Come play with Halo with me. You catch me there, or you catch me here.
Like I said,
half-cocked.
Yeah. Have you ever heard that ever before? Is that too old for you? Okay, good. Well, anyway, again, whoever it was that teabagged me on my own team playing Halo, I think you're a listener, and good job. It was an epically fun.
It was a good time.
Tony, he is. And just let me have that for the end of the year.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Totally a listener.
It's totally a listener. We had a teabag dance.
Yep.
We teabag
dance.
But
it's a beautiful story. I love it.
Yeah, like looking at each other, though. We weren't anyway, it was great.
Staring at each other's eyes while teabagging.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maintain eye contact while you teabag.
We tried to see who could do it faster, he was doing some really jiggly
you
stuff.
You were dead though, right?
No, we just stopped fighting everybody
and
just
teabag while you're dead.
No. We just stopped fighting.
That's necrophilia, Lando. That's necrophilia.
Yeah, Lando, gross. What? So but yeah, we just he had a rap. He could jiggle, and I was just I'm just the consistent up and down.
I'm just the extension, full contraction.
Seriously, just all 12 inches, just up and down, the whole range of my knees.
12 inches.
Well, that's how long his Master Chief's calves are, right? Or is that too small?
I don't know.
Anyway,
seems big
like
to me.
He's got big calves. That's what I'm saying.
I cannot lie.
Yeah.
Anyway, hey Jarron.
Hi.
Follow that.
I can't, so I'm just going to say I'm Jarron, and we have a host. His name is Tony.
That's me. Quad T on Blue Sky or on the other Geek Show podcasts. All right.
Podcasts.
Let's clean up any emails we have remaining for the year. Does that sound good? All right.
Email. All right. I got an email from Cody.
Hey, bud. Hey, Jarron. Hey, bud.
What? Can you not hear me?
Can someone go reset Jarron?
We can hear you fine. Keep going.
Boop him in the nose.
Well, now I'm afraid you can't hear me.
I know we can. You're just talking really slow with long pauses.
Unfortunately.
Anyway, we got an email from Cody. He says...
you can just read the damn email?
If you don't like how I do it, you read it, Lando. How about that?
Yeah, Lambo.
All right, he says, so I'm just noticing that Xbox does a year in review, which is similar to Spotify Wrapped. Being curious, I looked at my stats, and this is a little of what I have. I'm just over 1,000 hours of playtime. 64% of the games I played were RPG games. My top games played are Starfield at 274 hours, Cyberpunk at 168 hours, and Assassin's Creed the Ezio Collection at 110 hours. You guys should look into it. Would love to know your stats.
I don't know. I'm
going to look mine up right now. I'm going to look mine up right now.
Xbox.
Yeah, my stats won't be very significant here.
I have my Steam end of the year Steam stats, and those are much more.
He said Xbox, Tony. All right. 39 hours playtime for me. 22 games played. Wow, that's almost a game per hour.
Jeez.
Yeah. Top games, Halo Infinite at 7 hours. Forza Horizon 5 at 5. And Senua's Saga Hellblade 2 at 5 hours.
Did you find that on the Xbox app?
No, you go to xbox.com/en-us/year in review. Okay. Here, I will copy and paste the link for you, Tony.
And then it says 27 hours played on PC, 12 hours played on console.
Oops, something went wrong.
Mine did that too. You had to sign out and sign back in.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
weird.
Okay,
It's bizarre.
sign me in. You got yours, Owen? Go for it.
I'm getting there. Sorry, might have to log into my
Lando,
account
you
again.
got yours?
Oh, I don't want to look. I don't think I played Xbox at all this year. Something went wrong.
What the freak? This freaking
Almost there.
thing.
Almost there. Let me see mine. I'm interested. See how many
There we
hours
go.
I
Now
played.
can sign in.
Here we go. My year in review. My Minecraft is my #1 game for 2024.
Really?
Total time, 454 hours.
That's a lot of
Son,
hours.
I presume.
How much of that is idle, though? Do you ever leave it running?
Let's just say that my Xbox is where my kids play,
That makes sense.
and they play a lot of Minecraft. But on the PC, which is where I play, 39% of that is a shooter. Guess which one it is?
Oh, that's Halo, bruv.
Halo Infinite, 176 hours. That's my big one. And and Minecraft Dungeons I've played a bunch of too. So
It's a decent game.
yeah.
Mine's pretty minimal. Only 62 hours on Xbox for the year, or Xbox games on PC. 3 hours on console, 59 on PC, and #1 game Halo, 37 hours. Call of Duty
For the year?
8 hours. Yeah, for the year apparently.
Oh, yeah.
Call of Duty 8 hours, and Sea of Stars for 6 hours.
All right, I got mine. You ready?
Yeah.
55 minutes full time. Games played? 1.
Which one?
Preferred platform? Mobile. Top games? Minecraft for iOS. 55 minutes.
Okay.
Nice.
My
Yeah,
my 100
Steam
my
is
100
where.
my 176 hours comes from Twyman saying that he was freaking Onyx, and I had to. I wasn't
catch
gonna,
up.
I wasn't gonna put up with that.
Steam is where I do my playing.
Yeah, what do you got for Steam?
Oh yeah, can't you do a year in Steam review? A year in Steam?
I don't know where that is.
Ooh, that's a good question.
All right, next email, Jarron.
All right, next email. We
Well, I
got 4
my
today,
Steam. Wait,
so
I got my Steam.
Nope, too late,
let's,
Tony. Next email.
Yep, too late. Next email.
48
So we'll do 2 at the
games
beginning,
played.
2 at the end. Tony,
48 games played.
nobody
That's it?
cares.
Number
Let's
one
do this.
game? You
We'll
want
do
to
this.
guess
We'll
what the number
let's
one
do
game
this.
is?
Let's
You'll
do
never
this at
get
the
it.
end. Let's do this at the end. This is good to have them.
Tease. It's a tease. Okay, we'll do it at the end. Fine.
All right, second email from Interrupting Cow.
Boo!
He says, "Hello, arcade panel. This conversation happened possibly months ago, but has been stuck in my mind ever since, so I wanted to bring it up. Lang brought a story about a world champion of Marvel vs. Capcom 2, I think, and how he created an alternate account. He then spent his time on the alternate account poning noobs and having a grand old time. The story went on to say that this caused several people to refund the game. The panel came to the conclusion that this is okay because if you have the skill and playing within the confines of the game, it is not that big of a deal. While I can appreciate the skill this player has, I am of the opinion that creating an account strictly to beat up on people less skilled than you is not only toxic, but bad for the game itself. When someone comes in and wants to play a game for the first time, most players may still be learning or looking to try their skills against similar skill levels. If an elite player comes in just to punch down at other players, you either will try to do better or give up on the game because it takes the fun out of it. Not only does it drive people away from the game, but ultimately can harm the publisher because it drives sales down or pushes refunds. I am fully behind skill-based matchmaking, and if Capcom does not have this in their game, they should definitely have this. However, if they do, that also means that this player would have to intentionally lose to push his ranking down. In a 1v1, this might not matter at all, but this is pervasive in hero or team shooters, which sucks the fun out for everyone.
This happens a lot in Halo.
Yeah. Either you have someone who is intentionally deranking, which ruins the game for other people trying to play legitimately, or you get someone that is so much better than everyone else in the match, then you lose the competitiveness of the game. When I play Valorant, I am not playing to become a professional by any means, but it just removes all of the fun when you have one player going 40-3 and the rest of their team, and the other team all under 10 kills. I guess what I'm trying to say is if someone is that good and that skilled and likes the game so much that they dedicate themselves to being that good at it, you would think they would want more people to play it, when in reality, this kind of behavior will and does turn people away. We play games to have fun, enjoy each other's company, but this is strictly troll behavior that ruins it for other people. I appreciate listening to each week and hope you all keep up the good work. I still love most of you. Interrupting Cow.
There's a third option. See, there's a third option there. Like in matchmaking, if I'm not gonna say I'm highly ranked, but I'm not bad. If I decide to play with my son or somebody else that's not as highly ranked, the algorithm has to try to account for that. My high rank and they're like super low rank.
Yeah, when you're
so sometimes you're not just being a troll and deranking to do it. Sometimes when you're playing co-op or when you're playing together, like when Jarron plays with us, all the games are super easy because his rank is so low. And so I end up looking really good in those games because it ranks us with lower people.
Yep.
Backhanded compliment.
I don't think it was a compliment.
Backhanded burn.
I don't know what just happened.
Backhanded,
here's the
backhanded
thing.
slap.
Here's the thing about that. He's not wrong. His opinion there, interrupting Cal, but it doesn't matter because there's no way to police this on these games.
That's the algorithm.
Well, the
supposed to
matchmaking
do.
itself does it, right?
Matchmaking,
so if, you're good,
if it has
you'll move up
skill-based
quick.
matchmaking, it does. But if a person creates a new account, they're going to start them at the bottom,
Yeah,
regardless.
but
then they're
move up
just as
really
good,
quick, right?
They'll move up quick for sure, 100%, and that's
But
what
the
the
people-
skill-based matchmaking is supposed to do.
But the
right?
people that they're playing against won't know that, right?
No, they
like
won't
if
know
you
that.
get
They're
into a
just like, oh,
match,
here's someone who's level 2 just like me, and then they get stomped,
Yeah.
and it's like,
So from-
yeah,
from
okay,
one
bad
perspective-
experience for them, but
yeah.
you know, what are you going to do? There's no way to police that. There's
Yeah.
no way to
You just take the bad
to
with the
stop it
good,
from
right?
happening. Yeah, it's the internet, man. People are going to be dicks. That's
Well, like you know, like
T2D.
remember, right? Seriously. So right, but sometimes when we get spanked in our Halo match, you're just like, oh well, like that was horrible.
and you just move on to the next
You
match.
just move
you
on
know?
to the next match,
If-
and hopefully it does it better.
and you don't get paired up with the same person over and over again.
Yeah.
A lot of the time anyway. So you move on to the next match with new players. Like, is what those guys doing? Is it cool? Not really. Yeah, it's a dick move for sure. But I mean, what are you gonna do?
Same thing
when-
with cheating, right? When they use
No.
aim bots
It's
and stuff
different.
like that.
It's different with cheating. I was just about to bring that up because that is actually going outside the bounds created by the developer,
Not user skill.
and it's not skill based. You know, and if someone wants to spend their time smurfing, going and taking on crap players with a new account, I mean, it sucks. It's
That
a dick
does happen
move,
too. Yeah.
but it is what it is. You know, I mean,
They're
agree.
working on it. They're working on it. You can report those people if you think it's actually happening, and some of these companies.
what are you going to
really
report? They're going to look at it
They-
and say they'll look at the game stats and be
Some-
like, there was no cheating here. The guy's just way better than you are.
True. I'm talking about actually for cheating. Like
Yeah.
you can actually report that. There's some really big AI tools that are being introduced into game engines and stuff.
Getting better
now
for sure.
that they're doing. So,
But that's a different conversation though. He wasn't talking about
Yeah.
cheaters. He was just talking about highly skilled players smurfing.
you could maybe see that if people are intentionally rank dropping. There'd be a trend or a pattern, maybe.
Yeah, you can see the
You know?
pattern for that. But who's
So-
going to do that though? They would just start a new character.
And what do you-
anyone that would
and-
anyone
right.
would take their account that they've been working hard to bring up.
Right.
Nobody's going to intentionally tank it for 2 weeks so they can play against crappy players. They'll just start a new role. They'll just roll
Yeah.
a new character, you know.
Yeah.
So anyway, but yeah, it's a total dick move for sure, 100%. All right, cool.
Any more emails?
Onto our top fives because we're gonna have the other emails
Oh,
at the
right.
end,
Sweet.
and let's start with.
So hold on. Just like we did for the tech show, we're gonna place categories. If anyone has a repeat item on their list, they don't score any points.
This is a
Go
new
ahead.
show, by the way, too.
Last
This is a
time we
new
all
show.
tied, so
This is
Here
a
we
new
go.
show, though. So
That was so fun tying.
I suck so bad.
no, buddy, ties are where I live. If I'm just average, if I'm the same as everybody, I
if I can
won,
tie, yeah.
dude.
That tracks, Owen. That tracks.
Yeah, man. C's get degrees.
there's truth to that statement.
Boom.
Go ahead, Tony.
Let's kick it off with Jarron.
All right. Again, mine are in order. So take that, everyone.
Don't
these
care.
are all
That
games.
you.
No hardware on this list. I did that on Geekshow Help
No hardware, no stories, just games.
Oh,
Desk.
mine's
Just
hardware.
games.
We
It's
talked
okay.
about
You
that.
can
I'm
have
doing
hardware.
stories and
That's fine.
games.
Jarron's
That's-
just specifically his games.
Oh, okay.
Jaren sucks.
All right. So top 5, starting at number 5, Prince of Persia: Lost Crown.
I wish I played this. This
Fan-
sounded really good.
Fantastic Metroidvania game, put out by Ubisoft at the beginning of the year. It is
it called
extremely well
again?
done. What was that?
Prince of Persia?
Prince of Persia: Lost Crown.
Lost.
Yeah, it plays really well. It has good combat. It has good platforming. Really good upgrade path. Very enjoyable. Good story. I'm not done with it. I'm in the middle.
Did
Which
something
is
happen
where I'm
with
at
it?
with most of my games.
Did something
Lost
happen too with the
Crown?
team that built that after it came out?
I think so. They were the team that did Rayman back in the day.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like Rayman Origins and Rayman.
When did you pause?
Forever?
Are you playing this currently, or is this a game that you got into and then paused halfway?
Kind of currently, like within the last month I've played.
Right
So that's my number 5. Number 4, Penny's Big Breakaway. This is a 3D platformer made by the team that did Sonic Mania a couple years ago, which was the Sega Genesis style Sonic, but with new levels. Anyway, Penny's Big Breakaway, very, very cool platformer. It plays...
You've never talked about this game on the show before, have you?
I think he's mentioned it once or twice. I've seen it in news as well. It's a cool game. I'm probably going to pick it up.
It runs terrifically on any platform out there. Like if full refresh rate on anything you throw at it. Very fun game.
Custom-made engine. The team that made that developed their own engine on that. They didn't use any other middleware. Or is that the right term?
It is not on Mac, Jaren.
Sorry.
Well,
It's the kind of game
Mac.
where like I have 10, 15 minutes to play. I'll just play a level of this and it's great. It's fun.
Scratches the itch.
Number 3, Star Wars Outlaws. Another Ubisoft game. I reviewed this a couple months ago. Anyway, I feel like it's a fantastic Star Wars game. It's very stealth forward, if you like stealth action games.
I do.
Graphics are terrific. Story is fun. It's the most Star Warsy game out there. It just feels the most Star Warsy out of any Star Wars game in existence, in my opinion. It's fantastic. You visit a lot of different planets, and it's fun. Number 2 just barely came out, Indiana Jones and the Great Circle. I am very much in the beginning of this game, but oh boy, is it good. I am enjoying it immensely. They did a fantastic job. It's not an Uncharted clone, which wouldn't be a bad thing in my opinion. I would love an Uncharted clone. But
What? You?
but this isn't that, and in a good way, and it's fantastic. I would totally recommend it. My number 1 game, Mini Shoot Adventures. I love this game. It is
Never heard
a
of it.
top-down twin stick shooter bullet hell that that takes the style of Zelda Link to the Past.
What is this game?
Mini
Sorry,
Shoot
no.
Adventures.
It's not real.
It's like $12 on the Steam sale right now.
Oh yeah.
Is it only $12 right now? Maybe I'll
Yeah.
pick it up.
11 or $12. But it's very rare I play a game again right when I beat it and then beat it again. But I did that with this game. I beat it in normal mode and I loved it so much I immediately started playing it again. And then I beat it in hard mode and then I got my son playing it. Love
We
this
play the
game.
same games, Jaren.
Fantastic.
Does it
What?
have...
This is crazy. Like 3 of the 5 games you have on your list are all games that I would like.
Oh,
There you go. Does it have New Game
You should
Plus, or
try.
did you have to start all the way over?
I started all the way over, but if the
It does
upgrade
have a new
path
game?
is
Oh, this is a
no,
great
I started all
looking
the
game.
way over.
But does it have a New Game Plus?
I don't think so.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But the upgrade path is so consistent and quick that it takes like 5 to 8 hours to beat the game. Like 8 hours for me because I take my time, but you could get it done in like 5 to 6 hours. So it's not like you're a new game plus you're missing out on a ton. But
Cool.
it's a way fun game. I totally recommend it.
It's on my
Nice.
wish list.
I'm in on that.
Me too.
Stop that.
Speaking of the Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown team, though, it wasn't as bad as I was thinking. I thought they all got like laid off, but the team was just kind of dissolved afterwards, and they all went to other projects at Ubisoft. So they're at least still employed, but that game did not get the recognition that it deserved.
That's too bad because that
Yeah.
game is so good.
Yep. Okay.
Jarron gets 5 points. Good job, Jarron.
Yeah, I didn't have any of those.
I'll go next. Before I get started, though, I wanted to cap off my review of Dragon Age: The Veilguard. I finished it this last week. It took me 69.9 hours from beginning to end. Nice. And I think I did every side quest available. Well, I did every side quest I saw. If I missed a side quest, then it's because I couldn't find it. But it is a long game, and actually I would say it maybe even starts to wear out its welcome a little bit by the end as far as the side quests go. But they're still great. I just was ready to move forward on the main quest, so that's a Tony problem. I could have just dumped the side quests if I wanted to. That being said, great game, 9 out of 10. I think it's well worth your while if you're into any sort of fantasy action RPG, and the story is great. They did some things that I didn't see coming, which is always welcome. Graphics looked phenomenal with the art style they chose, and it runs great on the PC and the other consoles as well. So, Dragon Age, The Veilguard, final review, 69 hours to finish, and a 9 out of 10. Highly recommend.
I'm so glad when that first trailer came out and it looked like Guardians of the Galaxy. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
it
like
doesn't-
Guardians of the Galaxy, but not everything needs to be Guardians of the Galaxy.
Right.
I was just like, oh, come on. But it turned out to not be that at all. From what I've seen.
No. It's super different. The one criticisms, I guess, the minor criticisms I would say is the money is not really useful very much. You find all the loot you'll ever need. You don't really
That's
need
what
to buy anything in that game. I
have never found a game where the money was truly useful. I always find
Yeah.
loot in whatever game I play.
Yep. And I ended the game with like 25,000 gold pieces, and I bought everything I could at the end to do that was available, that would, even stuff that wasn't useful. I was just like, I'll buy that. I didn't buy room decorations. That was stupid. But the other thing that's kind of weird is the way they handle loot is when you get something, like you pick up, for example, say a Buster Sword. You get a Buster Sword, and if you find another Buster Sword, then it just merges with your first Buster Sword and raises the level of it, the
Oh, I like
rarity
that.
level. So it's interesting. Yeah, you don't end up. So you don't want to sell your loot that you find, and there's no cap on a weight limit or anything like that. So don't worry
Oh,
about.
that sounds wonderful.
That's how it should be in all the fantasy and sci-fi games. Don't put a weight limit on me. That's stupid.
Weight limits and having like 100 of the same crappy sword in your inventory that you
Yeah.
have to sell one at a time.
Yep. And so you don't have that problem with this one, which makes it pretty interesting. So hang on to your swords and stuff, because you find another one of them and it'll upgrade it and unlock some really neat stuff. Like I ended up, half of my gear by the end of the game wasn't the special, like one-off, not legendary, but unique items. I found a ton of those, but by the end of the game, I was using some of the fully upgraded weapons that had been upgraded to legendary status because I thought they were better.
Just grinding with and keeping them.
Yeah. So
That's
yeah, that was an interesting way to do the loot, and it worked out pretty well. All right, top 5. We'll start with my honorable mentions. I do have 3 of those. RoboCop Rogue City didn't make my top 5, but man, it was really cool. Very well done, especially if you like RoboCop. Having Peter Weller in there to do the voice of RoboCop, same guy that did RoboCop 1 and 2. I don't know if he did the other ones after that. But anyway, the guy you think of when you think of RoboCop, they actually pulled him in and got him to do the voiceover work. A lot of fun to play, and it plays like RoboCop. You play, and it feels like what you remember seeing RoboCop moving like in the movies and stuff. RoboCop Rogue City, great game. Elden Ring makes my honorable mentions. That is also the game I played the most this year. That's why.
So we could do games that didn't release this year?
Well, yeah. I mean, I don't
No.
see why not.
Celeste is an honorable mention for me then.
Oh, there you
Celeste
go.
is a great game.
And Axiom Verge. Both of those are honorable mentions.
So
Did you play
yeah,
it through all of Celeste?
I did, yeah.
Did the story make you cry too? Right a tear to my eye. I love that game.
I like the story, but nothing makes me cry, unfortunately.
Yeah, you're cold and dead inside. That makes
must
sense.
have a soul
dude,
to cry.
Lando, it's a genetic thing, dude. Calm down.
Oh, is it? Sorry, Jared.
But yeah, Elden Ring is a lot of fun. But if it had a story that made sense, it probably would have made my top 5. But it does not. Gameplay wise, though, really fun. It also suffers technically, and I've been over that many times. So I'm not
And
gonna
he
go
never
into that
defeated
again.
Millennia, so...
I beat the game, so
Yeah.
that's all that matters.
eh.
And then also honorable mention, just because I haven't finished it yet, but if I had finished it, it probably would make the top 5. Arcane Season 2. I'm on episode 7, I think, out of 9, and
Really good.
it's really good. It is far better than it has any right to be, especially when you consider that it's stories that come from a stupid MOBA game that is known for its toxicity more than anything
Let's
else.
just and let's just throw this out there to anybody like Jarron. The people that create it are the best ones to adapt it. Just
Yeah.
put that out there because they're the ones that did it and they did it right.
So the
Like how Brandon Sanderson consulted on season 1 of the Wheel of Time TV show.
They didn't take any of his suggestions. So
is this happening again? Oh, no, this is not.
look how calm I am. No, it's not. It's not.
So yeah, with Arcane, a couple years ago, Riot Studios bought an animation studio that they had been hiring previously to do some of their videos for when they'd have their big tournaments. And they liked him so much they decided to buy him a couple years ago. And then when they pitched this to Netflix, they said, we have our own studio, we're going to use them. And the results have been spectacular. I mean, Arcane, every aspect about Arcane is phenomenal. The music, the story, the voice acting, the art style, the animation.
I love the art.
Yeah, it is really
It's so
cool.
good.
All right, top 5. In no particular order, Alan Wake 2. Fantastic game. I think I started that one near the end of 2023 and then finished it sometime in January of 2024.
That was on my list last year, I think.
Yeah, you beat it before the end of the year. I didn't get that. ROG Ally X is on my list.
Doesn't count. It was on Jaron's other list.
No, this
on
is
my-
a new
it's on
show.
my-
but
it's
it's
on
on
mine, though.
Owen's anyway, so it doesn't count either way.
Okay. Doesn't count.
Dragon Age The Veilguard made my list. Absolutely fantastic game. Silent Hill 2 made my list, even though it's got technical issues. It is one of the few remakes that stays so close to the original kind of feel of the game, but improves on it. And then last but absolutely not least, the Fallout TV series. Makes
Oh,
my
I got
top
that on my
5.
list. Dang it. So good.
So good.
So good.
I cannot wait for the second season. They're filming it right now. They, what's his name? Walton Goggins just posted a picture a couple days ago of him in the makeup again on set. So, yep, Fallout TV series, absolutely
So good.
fantastic.
So good.
That's it for me.
Okay, Tony gets 4 points. Jaron's in the lead with 5.
I got 3 points because Owen has Ally X.
Oh,
and
that's
you had
right. 3
Fallout.
points. Sorry. You're right.
I have some.
Okay, Owen, you're next. Go.
So I've got the Asus ROG Ally. That thing has been fantastic. It actually makes me want to play more, which the Steam Deck never did. So,
That's
and
saying
maybe it's just
something.
maybe it's just because of it's the games I play, or maybe it's just because the battery life's. I love that, but I guess I'm just a little bit more comfortable too with Windows. But whatever, for whatever reason, The ROG Ally X has been awesome. Baldur's Gate 3, even though that's a year old.
Yeah. Did you ever finish it?
I actually turned it on and I played it in the last 2 weeks. I turned it on. I started. My problem is I put it down and now I kind of have to pull threads of where I was, because when you're in it, I know. So I spent some time reading through the journal to see what I had passed up. So Baldur's Gate 3, it still is amazing. They've allowing mods to me has kind of made it not as good. I don't appreciate.
Well, just don't use the mods.
I don't, but the content I see because of that and the news stories I see and everything is now, oh, this mod, that mod, make the game better this way. And it makes me feel like I'm missing out, but I really like the real, true version of the game.
Just play the vanilla.
So UFO 50, I bought that game pack because I wanted something to play on the mobile. Like I wanted to play like it was like a little Game Boy handheld, whatever. It's been fantastic. It's a great, I don't take my ROG Ally around with me very much because I'm too afraid I'm going to break it. That's probably the most expensive gadget I have that I'm like, I can never replace this if it breaks. And so I don't take it with me a lot, but I find myself at bedtime or whatever, like starting that up, playing a few games. This one I got into because of my son, but I actually ended up really liking it. Pal World.
Okay.
That game is actually surprisingly fun. I feel like it's what I want out of Pokemon. It's got all the crafting, it's got the catching, it's got the biomes, it's got all the stuff. It's open world, so you don't really have to you don't have to do anything you don't want to do. And I feel like this could have been something Pokemon could have easily evolved into. Get it? But
I get it.
But they just have sat on everything and recreated the same
game over
poopy
and
thing
over
and over with
again.
more Pokemon furthering themselves from fans that like the original. And anyway, so Pal World, despite all their legal troubles, I get that it might be part of it too. Might be how close it was to Pokemon. They've had to nerf that recently because of some legal issues, change some of the mechanics of the game. So I don't know. I've got the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then I've got the ROG Zephyrus G16 laptop. I got that this year.
Ooh, that's amazing.
And it has been fantastic. It plays. I'm ashamed because it plays as well as my gaming PC. Most games that I play, it's got a better GPU and it's got the 4080 versus my gaming PC. This has got the 3080 Ti. I refuse to play Halo on it because I don't want to make my gaming laptop feel bad or my gaming computer. I don't want my gaming computer to feel bad. But
that's funny.
Your 3080
really
Ti
funny.
will outperform that 4080.
You think so? The mobile one?
Guarantee it.
Yeah.
Now, the one thing that your 4080 Ti does that your 3080 or your 4080 does that your 3080 Ti doesn't do would be frame gen, DLSS frame gen. So it does have the edge in that. But as far as like raw power and raw frame rate, your 3080 Ti will definitely outperform the 4080.
And it's I haven't gamed on it a lot because I'm like I use that for dedicated, but as a daily driver, I've used it for some content creation for video and stuff using Photoshop. Like as a performance thing, it is absolutely fantastic. The display is beautiful. It's been 100%. There haven't been any major firmware bugs or crashes or anything like that. Even though it's kind of new this year, I know it's the second. There's another G16 from.
This is the first time they did the OLED and everything.
Yeah. So, I'm sufficiently terrified that I'm going to do burn-in on my screen. So I try really hard not to mess with that. But so that one's on there. And then I've got 3 honorable mentions. Cyberpunk 2077, almost.
Oh, yeah.
It's an almost for me because I nearly bought it because somebody on the email told me to, and I'm so swayed by people's desires of me. Elden Ring, almost. I'm really close on Elden Ring. I'm really close to buying.
Honorable mentions. These are
They're
games
honorable.
you're thinking about buying.
No, these are honorable mentions
Don't
because it's a personal list. This is my honorable mention. And then number 3, this one's probably the most relevant. Minecraft still plays. They update it every year. They add biomes. They add content. I'm back in a Minecraft zone right now. I'm back into the world making some pretty crazy stuff. So That's my other honorable mention. I've been playing quite a bit of Minecraft the last few months. So
Yeah, James wants to play too. We should play again, Owen.
you guys went and made your own server somewhere on a hosted realm.
I've been playing on my work server on the Java version. So
Oh, you're a Java guy now, even though you pushed me to do Bedrock. What
so I
a
can play on my
dill,
phone.
what a dill hole.
It was more James than me. Anyways, my turn. It's my turn.
It's your turn.
Top
get
5
You
things.
can get
top
Cyberpunk
5
for
games. I have 1
$27
game and 4 stories.
Really?
right now. Yeah.
That's like half off.
So my number 1 game. Here comes a huge surprise for
Balatro.
everyone.
Is it Balatro? I bet
It's Balatro.
Wow.
Yeah. Next story is Apple opens up App Store to retro game emulators. That was a big deal this year.
That was big news. That was pretty cool.
Big news, Jarron. I got it.
His video's frozen, by the way.
I know. I can't get it to unfreeze. I don't know what's
It's
going on.
just stuck.
You know what the
with
best
kinda-
part about his Frozen video
it's like
is?
the stink
I didn't
eye. a
even
little bit.
realize.
Yeah.
It's just a look of It's just a look of contemplation. Like
Testing
It's the
And it-
Jarron. It's the Jarron hairy eyeball, and he's just
It's
giving it
the
to
I'm
anyone that'll
disappointed
look.
in you right now look.
yeah, and it's annoying because it froze like that during my top 5.
I'm taking a screenshot real quick. There we go.
I got it, too.
Got it.
That's
All
one of the
right. Next up for
Christmas
me
card.
is layoffs and closures devastate the industry. Like
Yeah.
it's not a top 5 good thing. It's a top 5 bad thing.
Yeah, that sucks.
But we talked about it over and over and
We
over
did.
again this year.
Because it kept happening over and over again.
yeah, it
you know?
sucked uniquely. So moving on, Fallout TV show was definitely a highlight this year for me.
Yes.
And then back in January of this year is the 13-year-old who beat Tetris. Remember that story?
Oh, he got to the kill screen,
Got
didn't
to
he?
the kill string first,
Yeah.
right? 13-year-old beats Tetris. That's my number 5. That's on my top 5, so I got 4 out of 5.
Nice.
I
Okay,
got
who
4 out
won?
of 5. I got 4 out of 5. Right?
Jaron?
Only.
I got
Jarron
5.
got 4 too.
I got 5.
No, Jarron got 5 because he just chose games, no stories. I
that's
don't think
right.
it should count.
Okay. It's a gaming show.
Yeah, but we talk
Yeah.
about gaming news, not just games.
The rules were fairly loose though, Lando. So I don't know.
That's fair. That's
Said
fair. I'll
games
let Jarron
and
win this one.
gaming-related things.
And you
I'll let
even
Jarron
liked my
win. I
game
don't like it.
recommendations.
I don't
You know-
like it, but
you
I'll
know,
let
in your-
Jarron win.
in years past, the top 5 lists have been much more intimidating for me because they were like top 5 best games, top 5
Yep.
worst games. Like our past top 5s for the last years.
They
have
were
been-
intense.
We
They were
broadened
pretty
it up.
intense.
Broadened it out, I should
Yeah,
say.
we're mellowing out in our old age.
That's right.
Yeah, we are.
That's kind of how
We're
it works.
getting lazy.
All right. Good lists, fellas. Good lists. We have a couple of to finish up.
That was loud.
That was loud. Sorry.
It was
If
good.
anyone was dozing off, they're not anymore.
No.
Wake up! It's time to hear other people talk to us.
I'm looking at you with my disappointed face right now, Tony.
I
like
feel it. I feel it.
You know, that face plays across a lot of
It
different
does.
areas.
It just works.
Yeah.
All right, got another email from Interrupting Cow. He says, "Hello, Geek Show gang. I wanted to ask a question specifically to Tony about his entertainment habits.
Oh no.
How the heck
Very
do you
personal
consume so
question.
much?
Oh.
I listen to all the Geek Show podcasts and listening how you put a bajillion hours into Baldur's Gate, Elden Ring, etc. And then during the Geek Show podcast, you have tons of things you consumed that week. How do you do it? Like
Yeah.
you and Carrie, I am a dink.
Great question.
But I can barely find time to play one game every couple of months and still watch movies or TV I want to see. Help, Tony Wan Kenobi. You're my only hope. Ugh, I can't believe I just typed that. Interrupting Cow.
I was gonna say my superpower is that I'm a dink, but if you're a dink too, I don't know what your problem is. So I do have one more advantage in that my wife also enjoys a lot of the same media as I do. And so we spend time watching stuff together, and it doesn't have to be, only stuff that what you would expect a girl likes, or whatever, stereotypes, whatever you want to think of it as. So a lot of the cool stuff that I talk about on Geek Show also, we got to watch it because Megan wanted to watch it too. So there's that. But yeah, I just, I guess one thing that helps me is I don't spend a lot of time on social media. I decided a while ago, and it goes in phases, but I decided a while ago that if I'm going to sit there and stare at a screen, I want to be watching something that I want to watch or playing something that I want to play, and not just scrolling through
Twice.
Reddit or Twitter or
Twice.
whatever.
Save that for the poop time, right?
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, that's my secret. I'm always consuming.
Whoa.
So.
Whoa.
And that brings me up to what we were talking about earlier, my Steam replay for 2024. 48 games played in
It's a lot of games.
2024.
Only 48?
Only 48. I know.
I got you. I've creamed that. Creamed that? Is that doesn't sound, that doesn't
I
sound
heard
good.
that.
Beat
That's,
that.
No.
108 games.
Holy cow!
Yeah, but when you only play them for 20 minutes a time.
Yeah. He just starts them up. He
Doesn't
starts
really-
them up. He starts them up, checks for pixels.
Oh yeah, that
shuts
works.
them down.
Moves to the next one.
How many of
always
those are
find my
still
Steam
installed?
Wrapped.
How many of those are still installed on your computer?
All of them? Because I have a ton of storage.
Okay, so you don't have to.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
This is the way. 29 of those games were new. The rest of those were games that I had played previously.
49 new games for me.
260 achievements unlocked.
298 for me.
What? Really?
Take that, Tony.
Yeah, really.
Maybe interrupting cow should have asked you how you get all your
Yeah,
stuff
family
Hours,
man.
in.
hours played though.
It doesn't say.
Yeah, I was gonna say I can't see where it says hours
Yeah.
played. They probably want to hide that from you so you don't feel so ashamed
Yeah.
That's good move.
of your
Five
life.
games. 5 games played for me. 5. That's a big improvement.
14% of those games were played with a keyboard and mouse, and 86% were played with a controller for me.
10% keyboard and
They-
mouse for me. 90% controller.
Yeah, I thought that was an interesting stat. I didn't think they'd put that on there, but yeah. Number one game played was Elden Ring. 24% of my playtime this year went to Elden Ring.
Is that your highest percent?
Yeah,
24.
It only beat Baldur's Gate by 1%. That was 23%, and that's probably because I beat. I want to say I beat Baldur's Gate 3 last year, or almost beat it by the end of the year. And then most of this playtime has been mine and
Replay.
Squink's playthrough of Baldur's Gate 3. that
Oh,
we've been doing.
nice.
Yeah.
Is that fun in co-op? I bet that's a
Oh,
lot,
it's super
a lot
fun
of
in co-op. Yeah, absolutely love it. So yeah, there you go. They don't put your hours, your total hours.
No, just
Yeah.
50%, 56% of my playtime was Baldur's Gate 3, and then 42% was Pal World, and then UFO 50's in there and a couple others.
10% for me is mini shoot adventures. 10% golf with your friends. 7% Streets of Rage 4, which is probably my kids.
I was gonna say that doesn't sound like you.
How's the Steam family been going?
Oh, I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
What do they play? What do they play it on the iPad?
My old ROG Ally that I have yet to sell, even though I should sell it.
Jarron with his gaming rig, gaming laptop, ROG Ally, ROG Ally X, and Steam Deck OLED.
Oh,
No,
do you
you have
sell
a
it?
problem.
Do you still have your Meta
That's
Quest?
crazy.
Yeah, I do, because it's bricked.
But not the. I'm talking about the first one. Not you. Still have the first.
Quest 2,
No, I got rid of the first one.
Quest 2, PS5, Xbox Series S, Switch. Let's see, what else?
PSVR 2.
Several controllers for his phone to stream games to his phone.
I only have one. I got rid of the other one.
Okay, Jarron. Jarron.
Now-
His controllers are like your earbuds, though.
To
Tony.
be fair,
To be fair.
the only thing I don't have on those myself is the extra Ally. I got rid of my Ally, but I have all
Doesn't
of
matter.
those things.
Call it
Doesn't
the
matter.
black.
Nope.
Yep.
Nope. Because
Yep.
1 point matters.
Pot, kettle, black. All
Hey,
that.
Jarron, I'm gonna give you out here. Next email.
Oh, yeah, I forgot we were doing
Wait,
that.
you're not allowed to do that. Hey, Jarron, stop. Lando,
What?
I'm driving. All right,
What do
Jarron,
you-
go
Yeah,
ahead
but
go ahead to the next email, Jarron.
You're going so
All
slow.
right.
Thank
Got
you,
an email
Tony.
from Amanda. She says, "So I heard you say you needed emails. I'll just drop in to say if any Pokemon fans needed a Christmas break, there will be a shiny Rayquaza raids in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet from December 20th to January 5th. If you need raid build help, I would highly recommend building up PKMN Cast.
I don't.
I
know
would
what
highly
that
recommend
is.
looking up PKMN Cast.
Oh, looking
Good
up,
luck,
okay.
happy hunting, and happy holidays, Amanda."
All right. Thanks, Amanda.
A lot of those words were foreign to me, so sorry if I stumbled over things there.
No, you read them right. You read them right.
Seemed okay.
This
Okay.
is
I
how
mean,
read
from the
everything.
look on your face, you nailed it. So
I like that.
Excellent.
So good. Oh.
all right, that is the end of our episode. Before we go, though, big shout out to our Patreon backers as we close out 2024. Thank you so much for your support. And wait, what?
Do I get 2 minutes again?
You do.
Oh,
Okay.
I guess. Yeah, sure. And speaking of Patreon, Owen has 2 minutes to explain why you haven't gotten your
Christmas card.
your Christmas card yet.
Patreon's fault.
And wait. Let me start the timer.
And
over.
someone ChatGPT.
Okay, go.
Here's the deal. I use ChatGPT to give you the directions on how to put your
Still
email
leading
into
with that,
Patreon.
huh?
I am, because if you're not using ChatGPT, what are you even doing? But I use that, and ChatGPT did not include the part where you have to actually, after you enter your email, apply it. Thank you.
Address,
This
not
is
your
good.
email, just your physical address.
Your physical address to this subscription. Obviously, if you subscribe to more than one Patreon account, then that would make sense, right? Because you don't want to. Anyway, that made sense to me when I saw it. Anyway, so we are going to be shipping those out. We have half of you that have updated that and added your address to the Geek Show Help Desk Arcade Patreon subscription. If you haven't done that and you're listening here, please do that as soon as
45
possible,
seconds.
because that is what we need you to do so we can send it out. Also, I just want to grandstand right here for a minute. How much longer do I have?
You have 1 minute and 2 seconds.
Oh, I got time. Okay, so
no. What have I
yeah,
done?
buddy. So
What's
it's
new with
gonna-
crypto, Owen?
there's so many things, Jarron.
Shut
Let me
up,
tell you
Garrett, no, it's
about-
time.
Let me tell you about the Hawk Tua coin. No, I won't. But that was an exit scam of epic proportions that made me laugh out loud. And then also, if you're a
Patreon.
Patreon subscriber, please go put your address if you haven't, and subscribe for $1. That's all you need to do. And then go make sure your address is linked to
30
your
seconds left.
subscription here. And that's all you need to do. We love you. This gift is coming. It's slow because probably of something that Tony did. And
Nope.
Yep.
I have the floor, Tony.
Absolutely not.
Can I mute you during my 2 minutes?
15 seconds.
Well, I said what I said. Go ahead, Jarron.
What was that?
That was Owen
Perfect.
wrapping up.
It was perfect. That's what it was. It doesn't have to make sense, Lois.
All right. Thank you. Big shout out to David Broshinsky interrupting.
Are you
Cal.
showering right now?
Aaron
Yeah.
Faulkner, alphabetically
Something.
sorted, Steam Cell, but my backlog.
Is that
And
Jarron's?
yes, I'm reading this from the shower. It's okay. Thank you to Engage the Core, Jason Eatman. Download MSI Autoburner today.
Don't do it.
I like you. Hi. Beat the 8-year-old Kyle, Michael Shane, Tony the Excel and Power Apps Nerd, Travis Johnson, buy Geek Show Arcade Top Desk stickers at Pieman Graphics on Etsy, Jeremy, No Name No Color, Keslo, Eric Steinman, Eric Cruz, In Between Rating Plus 15, Lump of
Yep.
Coal, DP, Lambo leaps lovingly while logging for letters from Lang, Wesley,
Yep, I
Adam,
do.
Stuart Lloyd, everyone has an excuse, but only the guilty use it, and finally, so-and-so. You guys wouldn't know if I'm showering because my video is frozen.
I mean, he's
Yeah,
right.
it's resting Jarron face.
Thank you so much, Patreon backers. You are awesome. Okay, well, that 2024 is all done. We'll see you in 2025. Actually, by the time you get this, it is already 2025. But 2024 is still done. you
Hello
know?
from the past.
Yep. Hello from last year.
Hopefully it's better in the future.
It might be. Let's hope so. But yeah, thanks for rocking with us, Owen. Why don't you finish the year out right here?
Hey, we hope you care.